Hi, this is Hector Esteban, a student from ETCTV, and I'm gonna make a demonstration on how to do JavaScript injection on a website uh, using the Kali Linux. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna introduce the tools I'm gonna use. Um, Here it's the attacker. No, the attacker is in here. Okay, so the tools I'm gonna use first of all is beef hyphen xss, which in here I have a description in order to explain it better than myself, which is short for the browser exploitation framework, and it's a penetration testing tool that focuses on the web browser, which means it provides by default some attacks we can perform on a web, such as, for example, asking for downloading a plugin or asking for a Java update in the website. So all these by default attacks can be found uh, in this beef platform. The other tool we are going to use, which is pretty similar to a one that has already been working on during the course, is man in the middle but with an F. Why this one? Well, because it's the easiest one, and if you go to the references in GitHub, you already see that you can do inject a JavaScript. So I tried to do it with the by default we used in the class, which was man in the middle, but the JavaScript injection was not that easy, so that's why I decided to go for this one. Both of them can be installed pretty easily. In here, if you go to man in the middle F, you can see how to download it. You can see, for example, on Debian, in this case, you need to download some packages. This one, you can omit that. People uses it because they say that as you need to download a lot of libraries, it's easier to use a virtual environment, but you don't need it for this case. And we would go here, we would just clone the directory, we would do this step, which is like a configuration step to make it everything work. We would install all the requirements, all the packages required to run this process, and yeah, we could start it. From the beef project, we need to say that in the Kali Linux Lite, it's not by default, so you need to install it using apt install beef. But if we use the original version of Kali, it's already downloaded it, so it's easier than that. But as we have Kali Linux, because it's lighter and it's faster than the original one, we need to download it using apt install. As I already have them installed here, which is the attacker, we would go to the main directory. Okay, in this main directory, we would go to the directory of beef xss here. Okay, once we are here, we can check that we can run beef. Let's make this bigger. Okay, as you can see here, browser exploitation framework, beef is loading. Okay, running on network interface, this is our local one, this is our remote one, we can say it, it's the one we are going to use. We can get the user interface URL here in order to paste it on the browser, so we can start playing a little bit. Okay, it's, well, it appeared by default, but I can just, oh no, let's do this again. Copy link address, paste it. Okay, now we can use the by default user and password, which is beef and beef. Okay, authenticating, we have offline browsers or online browsers. We are going to focus later on the online browsers, which are the ones we are going to attack. So this is already running, and we need to configure. Okay, just to mention, once you do it for another time, it's like once you attack, if you close it and you try to attack again, you need to remove the process running on port 10,000. I don't know why, but it's happening to me, so I'll just remove that. Okay, so now we are gonna do the man in the middle attack. So first of all, we would go to the original one. Okay, so we would go to man in the middle. Okay, and once we are here, I already did it. Okay, I'm gonna explain a little bit. The good thing about this package is that with the same command you can do ARP spoofing, so we no longer need to do what we did in class. I remind you what we did, which consisted on editing this configuration file and just, well, our ARP spoofing of the victim and as well as the gateway IP. We can do this with the man in the middle F file all together in the same command. So as you can see here, first of all, well, the Python command, because it's a Python model. We are saying here spoofing ARP. This is the interface, our interface. We can check it easily. Well, by just file, open tab, like if config. Okay, this would be our interface. If you don't put it by default, tends to be correct. This is the gateway and the target, the victim. Okay, now we are gonna find how we can just choose these two values. It's just looking at the victim, which is his or her gateway and target. And in here we are just saying inject a JavaScript URL, and we are just putting the URL provided it in beef. As you can see, if we go to beef, here it's the hook URL. So you can see here http 10.0.2.4 OGS, and you can see that in here it must be the same. So I hope I don't have to change it. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, now we just need to confirm the gateway and the target that they do not have changed. We go to the victim. Where is the victim? Okay, I expect here root tor. So okay, this is the website we're gonna use. If we check if config 10.0.15, looking at the mask, but we could do, I think, IP root. This is the gateway. Okay, this is the gateway, and this is his IP. So checking it, it's the same. It doesn't have change. Okay, so we can just attack. Okay, it's attacking. In here, let's check that if he browses something. Well, no, just do the attack. Definitely doesn't need to. Okay, so in here we expect that we can, if we do it again, we must see something. Okay, we are seeing here how we are getting information from him, but I don't know why. No, we cannot. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay, now, sorry, oh, I was so stressed for that. Okay, here it has appeared, staton.com. We can see how we can attack them. The online browser, not the offline ones. The online, we're gonna close this one. Okay, and the online, and we can see, probably we can see some info of it. Yeah, we can see the page URL, the page reference, the host name, okay, his host name, the hardware used, whatever. Okay, and as I was saying, Bifits are really nice to just to test it in an easy manner. So we would go to commands, and by default they provide you several stuff: browser, social engineering, persistence, network. I'm just gonna go for social engineering, and if we do make this like Google phishing, pretty theft, fake notification bar, whatever. I'm just gonna go for like a Java thing. I remember uh, fake flash update, for example. Okay, and if you see here, well, prompts the user, it gives you a description, an image, a custom payload URL. Okay, so custom payload URL, the provided B for variety user agent, browser. Like if I put HTTP, I'm gonna put my GitHub in here, the profile, paste. Okay, so I'm gonna execute this, and let's see, this is something, and boom. There is a problem with, well, it's like pages and figures uh, don't load nicely, but yeah, you can see that it's working. We can do another attack, for example, fake notification bar, which is gonna execute it, and you can see here additional plugins. So yeah, we are definitely in, and yeah, we can do several stuff, but I think that that's more than enough. So it's been a pleasure.